I want to talk about this concept, right? Of service over product, right? Service over product. This is the last one. That's our concept for the day, right? Service over product. Now, I want to ask everybody a question. When we talk about insurance plans, right? Insurance plans, what do we have? We have A&H, right? We have Shield, correct? And PA or whatever. Then we also have what? Income replacement. Make sense? Then we also have what we call wealth accumulation, right? Whatever kind of stuff that we have, right? Now, what do most people label these things as? Or what do we say? It's an insurance what? It's an insurance plan, it's an insurance product. Make sense? Most of us will say that it's a product. What product we sell, right? Yeah, you know why you keep selling product, right? You talk about product pushing, whatever, right? We keep labeling these as products. Now, here's a different lens, right? The problem is when everybody labels the things that they're selling as product. For example, I want everybody to give me kind of like a feels, right? When we say we sell product or when someone wants to buy a product, what's the imagery that's created inside the head? Okay, price. You think about price, right? Okay, come. Let's brainstorm this, right? What are the things that comes to mind when you talk about like product? Price, definitely. What else? Say again? Benefits, good. What else? Good, yeah. So people think about things that are more tangible. When you say you buy a product, it seems like physical. Makes sense. It seems like the image is like a physical product, right? Things that is tangible, things that can be seen, felt in that sense. A bit more like if you say you buy a product elsewhere, a pen is a product, right? You buy some product, whatever. It's like product, this sense of tangibleness, physical. Now, next question then is very simple. When you think about product, whether it's NTUC lah, whatever, all these are also products lah. Does it give you association with relationship or not? Yes or no? No, right? It doesn't. It's like, want to buy my product or not? Buy already done, right? It feels more transactional. That makes sense? It feels more transactional. And I want to talk about this because this is how human psychology is and how it affects basically how we sell and handle objections. So, let's talk about the other one, right? So this is product. Now, if you think about service, okay, think about service. When you say someone provide a service or when we provide a service, when the waiter provides service, how does it feel? Say again? Feels like there's more relationship to it, right? Just human touch. That makes sense? There's a bit more human touch. What else? Anything? We talk about service. Sorry? Prestige. Good. So which means to say what? A lot to do with status, a lot to do with experience also. Makes sense? So, if you think about why I'm talking about service versus product, it's very simple. Because the truth here is, and this is a frame that you can consider doing. When you say you are selling insurance product or you see your companies that are selling as product, right? People will have a certain way of thinking. Price, cost, expensive, cheap, don't need it, whatever, just transactional. From today onwards, everything that you sell, you need to see as a service. I'll give you one simple example to explain what I mean. This one came from Corinne the other day for do CPR call, right? Yeah. So this is what happened. Have you ever had someone say or recommend a term plan, right? And then they tell you, hey, but then after 20, 30 years, if nothing happens to me, right? Then they will say the term plan is what? Wasted. Correct or not? It's wasted. Why is it wasted? My question, first we need to challenge this. Why is it wasted? Why when someone buys a term, let's say from 25 all the way until 50 or 65, okay? For example, they buy a term, they cover, nice. After 65, expire, and nothing happened to them, so they never use the product, right? No. Why do they feel that it's wasted? Okay, first question, everybody. Is it wasted? No. Second question, then why do people think that it's wasted? No money back, what else? Never get to use. You think about all the damn things we buy as products. Every time never get to use, we say it's a waste of money, right? Not how many shirts, how many shoes, all these, right? A waste of money if you never use. However, we know that a term plan and insurance is not wasted even though we don't use it. You know why? Because during the length of this duration, there's actually a service that's being carried out, which is they offer you 1 million if anything happens to you over the next 40 years or like 50 years, for example. That makes sense? So if you see from a lens of service that the insurance company is providing a service, and just because nothing happens doesn't mean that service is wasted. I'll give you an example. The best way I look at it is much like bodyguard. Okay? Let's say you're a celebrity. You hire a bodyguard, right? $5,000 an hour, and everything else, okay? Nothing happens to you. What will you say? Hey, this bodyguard waste my money. Nothing happened to me. Cannot be right. You'll be like, you know you paid for the service. And the service is protected. Make sense? So you won't feel like you spend 5K for nothing, even though nobody come and attack you. Make sense? So you see, what we want to do and want to frame ourselves first is to see everything that we do and everything our company sells is as a service. Life insurance is also a service, correct now? Let me tell you what life insurance service is all about. Life insurance service is basically protect, right? Give you that protection fee. You need to understand, insurance company, good analogy for closing. Insurance company is like bodyguard. Agree? Insurance company like bodyguard. Yeah, people say protection is very sian. You use bodyguard, they get it. They get it straight away. Use like bodyguard. Protect, right? Look, whole life also do what? What's the second portion to it? They also help you to accumulate. So, which means to say, that means are carried out as service, not only to protect you, but to take some of the money to help you accumulate as well. In the event that nothing happens to you, they're going to give you back the money. So, if I were to put it as service, what I'm saying is this, here is this, right? Okay, Tian, pay me 10K. If you only use 70 or you don't use it at all, right? At the end of the agreement, I'll return you 7K. Fair? Fair? If you use, you pay the full thing. If you never use, I return you 7K, which is the cash value, for example. Then it makes sense, right? Not? Imagine AAS say this, okay guys, you all pay us 50K a year. If you all never use X percentage of our service, I refund you 50%. Well, everybody should happy, right? Not? Does that make sense? So it sounds sexier, it sounds easier to sell if you see it as a form of service. Now, this will help you to handle objections, which comes to the next thing. ILPs or accumulation, right? Not? What's the biggest objection people always give? One of the biggest one. Fees, right? People cannot stand the idea of paying a fee when they buy a product. But they can stand the idea of paying a fee for a service. So then you need to say, my insurance company is providing a service of helping you to accumulate the money. And I'll teach you guys how to sell later, right? But basically, the insurance company helping you do a service or putting the money into XYZ and then making sure that your money is blah, blah, blah. Then they'll be like, but Ben, I don't think it's worth or whatever it is, right? This is what I usually tell our clients, right? Which is this. What's the problem that ILP is solving? Come. We know ILPs is help people accumulate, correct or not? But then again, there's side robo advisors can do it, ma? So what's the real problem that ILPs is actually trying to solve? Because in order for people to buy, we need to tell them what's the problem that you solve, right? So what's the problem you're trying to solve? Say again? Save their time. Put inside Scythe also can save time. Straight away open account. They'll argue back. So what's the problem that we're trying to solve? See, remember, ILP is a solution, correct? In order for sales to happen, you solve a problem. So let's identify what is the problem that ILP is trying to solve. That no other Scythe, whatever advisor, robo-advisors or iFast, whatever can solve. What is the main problem they're trying to solve? Accessibility. Very warm. What else? Sorry? It's a disciplinary issue. ILP solves a disciplinary issue. Let me explain what I mean. Ideally speaking, someone invests their money when they are young, at 21 years old, for example, and they invest their money every year, they leave the money in every year, even if the market go up, go down, they still put their money in. Make sense? Great. If everybody can do that, do we also agree that everybody can retire if they keep it to the plan, stick to the plan? Yes? Great. But what do we know about humans? Emotions will rule over facts. So when one day something happens and then you're like, oh no, I need the money. Or one day you decided life is not worth it, you want to go and YOLO, what happens? You take the money out. Makes sense? When the market goes down, what happens? You take the money out, you tend to do that. You start worrying. Or even if you don't take the money out, you start asking, should I put in more money? It's a disciplinary issue. So I'll tell my clients, I say, do you know what's the main problem that IIP is solving? The main problem is a discipline issue. Because if today you can invest for the next 35 years without any possibility of taking the money out and sticking to the plan, then we have no need for this. How confident are you from scale 1 to 10? 10 being that you can definitely, for the next 35 years, put everything in, never take out, and never panic when the market goes up. How confident are you from scale 1 to 10? 10 being like confirm, guarantee, chop my balls off, confirm. 1 out of 10 is, wow, I don't think I can. Where do you think you're at? Not a lot of people say 10 out of 10. Make sense? So they will say 8 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10. Great. So there's a 3 out of 10, right? So what made you feel like it's a 7 out of 10? Why is it not a 10 out of 10? Then they'll tell you, oh, because there's a chance, but I don't know, I'm not certain. I mean, if things really happen, then I might take out, right? Not. Great. Then you use Dr. Sanjay Tolani, close come in. So in the event that the 3 out of 10 happen, will you want someone to maintain a discipline and make sure your money continue growing? Or do you want to take it out and then let accumulation efforts go down the drain? In the event that 3 out of 10 possibility happen. Make sense? So this is one frame that you guys can use to sell. So I mean, this is a different positioning, right? But do we agree? If not, why do we pay so much fees for ILB? Let's be honest. You can go to Fund Supermart and do it, what? Save what? You realize? So and this is the reason why I never encourage any one of you to say that people should buy ILB based on returns. Because you will die. Because the fees that are cheaper outside will have already cover and add on more to the returns to begin with. So you cannot play on returns. You always lose. Unless you're some very good investor. Then you get a chance. But you solve the discipline problem. Make sense? Now, why are they also paying a fee? Solve discipline. Okay, good. What else? The management of it, right? Time blah, blah, blah. That makes sense? So you want to see yourself and the company selling a service. That makes sense? Okay? Is there any questions at this point in time? No, Okay, good. If no, then I just want to wrap up by saying this. If you think about all the things that we do, this is us. Okay, we are financial planners or advisors. Okay, this is us. What's one of the things that when we first joined the industry and even still a lot of our senior seasoned advisors still doing? It's called PR. What? What? What is the shit? What? PR. What's one of the things what's one of the service that we do? You ever just what? You all hear what Mel said and know what Youngster said? Policy review is one of it, correct? What else we do? Cash flow, BTO, it's all a service. That makes sense. It's all a service. So we realize we are actually in the service-based industry, not a product-based. But everybody will see us as product-based. So we need to reframe our prospects mind by saying that these are services that we do. I give you a nice close to this, right? I'll say that, hey, anyway, my name is Ben, right? This is what I do and these are things that I do, right? I provide this XYZ service. Okay? However, so I can help you plan, I can help you review, I can help you do a lot of things, right? Plan out a CPF, shielding, whatever. However, in order for you to get yourself protected and really invested for the long run, this is something that only my company can do. So I only can do this, or my company will take over from that. Make sense? So while we have done all this planning, however, in terms of protection, we need to talk about only my company can do that. And they are providing a service for that. It's called term plan, life plan, or whatever it is. So for every year, you pay $2,800 for service of getting protected for $580,000 or sum assured. This is the language. If you can use it, it would change basically how your prospect feel. That makes sense. Because now they understand, service is a service, right? But is it product? What is this lousy product? This investment product? No, make sense? So you want to start framing and seeing everything else as a form of service. Basically, this is the energy you'll use. You want to say that by hiring, what you're doing, right? You're hiring my insurance company to be a bodyguard, in short. That's about it. Do you want this service or not in the event that something happens? Do you love this service? Will you want to have this service? If they say yes, right, they just sell them the plan. That makes sense? So don't see it as a product, because to see it as a product is very hard. Everybody says it's investment product, wealth accumulation product, very hard. And with service, it comes with relationship as well. You think about what we call it, client what? Every time we call it what? Client? Client servicing, correct? Service. Everything is all service one. So then we just frame everything else as service. Claims is a what? Product or service? Service. So now you like the product. Where is the product came from? There's no such thing as product. There's only a service. That makes sense. There's only service. And if you start talking to your prospect as a form of selling a service, if you start viewing your work today as a professional service provider, you'll earn the money that you never dream of earning. 100%. It's all service. And why I'm sharing this, because if you look at AS, what is the product? The product is basically what? I give you the modules. Yes? I give you the modules. Bye-bye. That's the product, right? No relationship, no nothing. Just watch me talk with my cute little voice. I don't think it's cute, but yeah, you get the point, right? Okay, you just watch me talk. Make sense? It's a product. But what's the service? One-on-one calls, CPL calls, checking with you guys, right? Send you happy birthday. Service. Makes sense? This is, what do you call this mastermind day? Is it a product or service? Service, exactly. If I say, can you imagine how weird it sounds? Okay, guys, we are sending you guys a mastermind product. It's on 18 June. It's cost $580 or $9997. How will you guys think? Support product like that, like, that makes sense? But we actually want service. So think of yourself as a service provider rather than a product, quote unquote, provider / pusher. Because that makes sense. Once you see it differently, right? Everything's all about service. Your prospect buy because they want a service, right? Yeah, they don't want the product because they're always afraid they don't use the product. Make sense? Yeah, exactly. So it just helps to frame things better. Right? Makes sense? Everything is valuable. Yes. Service, okay. Yeah, I know some of you are going to reframe it. Yeah, but I will definitely use these. I say that these are my services. Once we have done this review, which technically, if you think about it, these are what? Lead magnetics. Right? Policy review, do lead magnetics, provide value, provide service. Once we're done with this, there's this part that needs to be done. However, I can't do it. Only my company can do it. We like to have it. We like to carry on to the next step. If yes, then paperwork already, right? That's basically what it is, right? Yeah, so instead of doing this plan, I mean, you have to use the word plan now, right? For regulation or whatever, right? Yeah, but you have to say that in short, the company AIA is providing a service of covering for 1.5 million for the next 40 years in the event that XYZ happens, what? Isn't that the service? Yes? Exactly. Just need to pay 5.8K for it, that's about it. Cool? Yeah, but the whole life insurance, I'll use it. In the event that you don't use it, then we'll refund you like 30%. Yeah. Of course, I just want to give a caution. When you guys pitch, you must say that it is an analogy. Okay? Yeah, because if you start using words like refund, you'll be out of the industry very soon. Then our dog might be over. Okay, join us. Okay? Yeah, that's about it. Makes sense.